Few people know that behind the kind and compassionate person Keanu Reeves is today lies a life filled with unimaginable tragedies, none more heartbreaking than the death of his daughter, Ava. Although he has rarely spoken about it,
I lead a very quiet, normal, kind of, my private life is a boring disaster, but work is good.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Or if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and join the ride. Today, we're diving deep into the life of one of Hollywood's most enigmatic and beloved figures, Keanu Reeves. You know him as the stoic Neo from The Matrix, the relentless John Wick seeking vengeance, or even the voice of Fluffy Kitten in that hilarious short film. But behind the silver screen icon lies a man whose story is far more profound than any blockbuster plot. Few people realize that the kind, compassionate Keanu we see today has endured unimaginable tragedies. Loss is so profound it could shatter anyone. None hit harder than the heartbreaking stillbirth of his daughter, Ava Archer Reeves, in 1999, followed just 16 months later by the sudden death of her mother, Jennifer Syme, in a devastating car accident. These aren't just footnotes in celebrity bio. They're the raw, unfiltered chapters that shaped his soul. Keanu himself has always been guarded about his personal pain. In a rare moment of vulnerability during a 2023 interview with The Guardian, he reflected, "Grief changes shape, but it never ends." He leads what he calls a very quiet, normal kind of life. "Really, my private life is a boring disaster, but work is good." Yet, in a shocking recent revelation from a 2025 promo chat for his sci-fi novel The Book of Elsewhere with BBC News, Keanu opened up more than ever about Ava's tragic death. His voice cracked as he described the silence in the delivery room. "When Ava was born, there was no cry. You know, every baby cries, even premature ones. But there was just silence. And I just knew something was wrong." The room fell hushed. The interviewer later said it was one of the most raw confessions they'd ever heard. Keanu admitted that everything he's achieved since his blockbuster comebacks, his quiet philanthropy, stems from the love he still holds for Ava and Jennifer. "I'm proud of what I've done," he shared, "but none of it would exist without them. Even after losing them, I keep striving, improving myself, because someday when I see them again, I want to be someone they can be proud of." It's a testament to his resilience, a man who turned profound sorrow into quiet strength. But why does everyone love Keanu so much? If I asked you to name your favorite actor, odds are Keanu ranks high. Maybe not for the deepest Oscar bait, but for that indefinable something that makes him feel like the guy next door who just happens to save the world. He's not your typical Hollywood heartthrob. There's no ego, no scandal mill churning out tabloid fodder. Keanu is a phenomenon, a perfect storm of raw talent, unshakable humility, and a heart that bleeds empathy. From the mind-bending red pill revelations of the Matrix trilogy, which grossed over $1.8 billion worldwide in redefined sci-fi, to the balletic gun-fu of John Wick, where he's avenged his lost love with balletic precision, drawing chillingly from his own grief. As he's hinted in interviews, Keanu delivers authenticity that resonates. Even his offbeat gems, like voicing the existential cat in Keanu or fumbling through romantic comedy in Always Be My Maybe, showcase a vulnerability that endears him to millions. He's done it all without a whiff of pretension. No diva demands, no red carpet meltdowns. As he told Esquire in 2019, "I try to be a good person. That's my North Star." The real magic, though, unfolds off-screen, where Keanu's humanity shines brightest. In an era of performative activism and filtered perfection, he's the anti-celebrity. Thoughtful, generous, and utterly real. Take his charitable work. For instance, when his sister Kim was diagnosed with leukemia in 1991, Keanu didn't just tweet support or slap his name on a gala. He quietly founded a private cancer research foundation, pouring millions from his own pocket into treatments and children's hospitals. It's not flashy, no logos, no photo ops. As a source close to him told People in 2024, for Keanu, it's never about credit, it's about impact. He's donated over $75 million to various causes, from leukemia research to global humanitarian aid, often anonymously. During the COVID-19 pandemic, he funneled funds to food banks and frontline workers without a press release. And that legendary rumor about the Matrix earnings? While exaggerated, the truth is gold. Keanu renegotiated his contract to boost the visual effects budget, ensuring the crew, special effects wizards and makeup artists, got bigger bonuses. They're the ones who make the magic, he shrugged in a 2000 interview. He even gifted custom Harley-Davidson motorcycles to the entire John Wick stunt team after wrapping the first film. Who does that? Keanu Reeves, that's who. His generosity isn't reserved for grand gestures. It's woven into everyday decency. Remember the viral story of him yielding his subway seat to a woman lugging heavy bags in New York? Or renting a private van for stranded passengers after a flight cancellation, then hopping in to play trivia and croon country tunes? These aren't PR stunts. They're Keanu being Keanu. In a 2025 Variety profile, a fan recounted how he stopped mid-jog in L.A. to help change a flat tire for a single mom, chatting philosophy the whole time. He made me feel seen, she said. And let's talk boundaries. In an industry rife with #MeToo reckonings, Keanu's the respectful king. Fans adore how, in photos with women, he hovers his hands politely, never invading space. It's a small act, but it screams character. As co-star Sandra Bullock noted after Speed, Keanu's got this old-school chivalry that's rare and real. Then there's his humility, the kind that turns potential ego trips into meme gold. Picture a freezing New York night, lines snaking around a nightclub block. Most A-listers would VIP flash past security, but not Keanu. He waits patiently with everyone else, no entourage, no fuss. Inside, he's the guy announcing a lost credit card over the speakers to reunite it with its owner. Or that iconic sad Keanu meme from 2010, him on a park bench mid-sandwich looking forlorn. Instead of suing or sulking, he laughed it off in a Jimmy Kimmel appearance. I wish they hadn't snapped me mid-bite. That turkey was epic. It humanized him further, turning a candid shot into a symbol of relatable melancholy. Even in triumph, like John Wick, Chapter 4 smashing $440 million at the box office in 2023, he credits the team. I'm just a vessel. The stunt folks are the gods. Yet for all this light, Keanu's path wasn't paved with ease. His story begins in shadows. Born September 2nd, 1964, in Beirut, Lebanon, to an English costume designer mom, Patricia Taylor, and a Hawaiian-Chinese-Portuguese dad, Samuel Reeves. Multicultural roots gifted him those striking features, but stability? Elusive. At 3, his father vanished, leaving emotional craters Keanu later described in a 2012 Rolling Stone interview as profoundly sad. The family nomaded across Hawaii, Sydney, New York, and Toronto, forcing young Keanu into 4 high schools before dropping out at 17. Dyslexia compounded the chaos, turning classrooms into battlegrounds. I was always a new kid, fumbling words while everyone else flew, he admitted. Hockey became his outlet, a prodigy goalie eyeing Canada's Olympics, until a brutal injury sidelined him forever. Acting, though, ignited at 9 with school plays, by 15 he knew it was his calling. Family ties offered mixed solace. Patricia remarried multiple times, birthing half-siblings Karina and Emma amid nannies and globetrotting. Loneliness lingered, but bonds with Kim and Karina endured. Kim's 1991 leukemia diagnosis? Keanu paused his rising career to caregiver her for a decade, holding hands through chemo. He was my rock, she told The Hollywood Reporter in 2018. Cultural threads woven too, Toronto's Chinese influences from his grandma, British polish from mom, hallmarks of the polite enigma we know. By 20, armed with a green card, he hit L.A., landing Youngblood and River's Edge. Breakthroughs followed, Bill and Ted, Point Break, Speed. But Hollywood's glamour masked brewing storms. As My Own Private Idaho wrapped in 1991, a friendship blossomed with River Phoenix. Introspective souls in Tinseltown's superficial swirl. Their bond? Brotherly, teasing, profound. River called Keanu an older brother, just shorter. Then October 31st, 1993, Rivers overdosed outside the Viper Room. At 23, gone. Keanu, filming Speed, hid devastation. Bullock later said, his pain was a shadow you couldn't touch. He skipped the funeral, too raw, but mourned privately, I miss him every day. These early fractures foreshadowed deeper wounds. Love flickered with Jennifer Syme in 1998, a creative spark amid dog star parties. But joy birthed agony. Ava's stillbirth on Christmas Eve 1999. Grief fractured them. They split, yet rekindled in 2001. April 2nd, Jennifer's fatal crash on Cahuenga Boulevard. Impaired by meds and alcohol, no seatbelt. At 28, ejected, gone. Keanu, pallbearer with Lynch and Navarro, buried her beside Ava at Westwood Memorial. Very, very difficult to cope, friends whispered. Decades later, Alexander Grant emerged, a 2011 collaboration blooming into love by 2019's red carpet handhold. In 2025, amid marriage rumors, debunked by our Instagram, we didn't get married, be careful out there, they thrive. Art books, motorcycle jaunts, quiet joy. Keanu told people in March 2025, Alexander's my bliss, laughing in bed, feeling truly seen. Keanu's tragedies? They didn't define him. They refined him. From dyslexia dropout to $380 million net worth sage, he's proof. Pain forges diamonds. As he said in that 2025 BBC sit-down, grief doesn't go away. It becomes part of you. But love, that's what keeps us going. Stick around as we unpack his childhood chaos, lost friendships, shattered romances, and unbreakable spirit. How does one man weather such storms? Let's explore. Drop in the comments what's your favorite Keanu moment, and subscribe for more untold stories. Keanu Reeves' early years read like a script from one of his own films, a nomadic odyssey laced with abandonment, instability, and quiet defiance. Born on September 2nd, 1964, in Beirut, Lebanon, a city then buzzing with Middle Eastern intrigue, to Patricia Taylor, a vivacious English costume designer and showgirl, and Samuel Nowlin Reeves Jr., a Hawaiian Chinese-Portuguese geologist with a restless spirit, Keanu entered the world as a cultural mosaic. His name, meaning cool breeze over the mountain in Hawaiian, hinted at the calm he'd one day embody amid tempests. But glamour? That was his mother's domain. Samuel's was transience. The family's Beirut idol shattered when Keanu was just 3 months old, prompting a move to Sydney, Australia, where Patricia chased stage gigs. Samuel followed sporadically, but by Keanu's 3rd birthday, the cracks widened into a chasm. The abandonment hit like a gut punch. In a poignant 2012 Rolling Stone reflection, Keanu recalled the last sighting of his father, a silent veranda vigil under a starless Hawaiian sky, heavy with unspoken farewells. The next day he was gone, Keanu said, voice steady but eyes distant. Samuel's departure wasn't a clean break. It echoed through sporadic, strained reconnections, brief visits laced with awkward silences. Keanu saw him last in the late 90s, a fleeting attempt at closure that left more questions than peace. It was profoundly sad, he admitted. This paternal void wasn't just emotional. It was logistical. Patricia, undaunted, shouldered single motherhood for Keanu and his younger sister Kim, born in 1966. But stability? A luxury they couldn't afford. Jobs pulled Patricia from Australia to New York's theater scene, then Hawaii's sun-soaked shores, and finally Toronto's crisp Canadian winters by 1970. For countries, endless packing crates. Keanu's childhood was a blur of new kid introductions and half-formed friendships. Toronto offers semblance of roots, but not without thorns. Enrolled in 4 high schools, Avondale, De La Salle, North Toronto Collegiate, and finally Jarvis, Keanu was perpetually the outsider, uprooted before bonds had deepened. You learn to adapt quick or sink, he told Esquire in 2019. Academic hurdles amplified the isolation. Diagnosed with dyslexia around age 8, reading and writing became Herculean labors. Pages swam, words twisted. Teachers misread as quiet as disinterest, classmates as oddity. I'd stare at books feeling like an alien, he shared in a 2024 Vanity Fair piece. Grades plummeted, frustration mounted. Dropping out at 17 wasn't defeat. It was survival. School wasn't my path, he shrugged. The world was. Yet, amid the upheaval, sparks ignited. Patricia's showbiz world, costuming for stars like Alice Cooper, dripped creativity into home life. By age 9, Keanu was treading Toronto stages and school plays, discovering acting's alchemy. Words on page became portals to belonging. It was magic. Becoming someone else, feeling seen, he reflected in his 2025 BBC interview. Hockey, too, became sanctuary. These formative fractures didn't harden Keanu. They softened him into empathy's vessel. As he told Stephen Colbert in 2019, loss teaches you what matters. Connection over conquest. Childhood's nomad forged adaptability, dyslexia, perseverance, injury, redirection. By 20 LA bound, he carried scars as quiet fuel. I wasn't running from pain, he clarified in the book of Elsewhere promo. I was running toward light. This resilience? It's why, decades later, amid Ava and Jennifer's ghosts, he gifts motorcycles to stunt crews or funds Leukemia Wings. Tragedy's early architect built a man who bends, never breaks. Proving roots, however tangled, can bloom unbreakable strength. What childhood trial shaped you? Share below. Up next, the friendship that lit his path and extinguished too soon. In Hollywood's glittering yet treacherous waters, true friendships are rarer than unscripted happy endings. For Keanu Reeves, one such anchor was River Phoenix, a kindred spirit whose tragic end in 1993 carved an indelible wound, teaching Keanu the fragility of joy amid fame's glare. Their story isn't just bromance lore. It's a testament to souls colliding in chaos, thriving briefly, then fracturing under addiction's shadow. Meeting on I Love You to Death set in 1990, the pair sparked instantly. Two outsiders, introspective and unstarched, navigating Tinseltown's superficial tides. Keanu, 26 and fresh off Bill and Ted's Goofy triumph, saw in 20-year-old River mirror, earnest, artistic, allergic to ego. Their on-screen overlap was minimal, but off-camera, electric. Shared laughs over craft services, deep dives into poetry. River adored Kerouac, Keanu Hemingway, and mutual disdain for industry schmoozing bonded them. We didn't need to perform, Keanu recalled in a 2024 Esquire retrospective. It was real. This rapport deepened profoundly on My Own Private Idaho, 1991. Gus Van Sant's raw queer odyssey of hustlers and heartbreak. Keanu as the brooding Scott Favor, River as the narcoleptic Mike Waters. Drifters chasing love's elusive thread. Filming in Portland's rain-slicked streets, they improvised Shakespearean riffs and confessed insecurities. River's vegetarian activism clashing with family pressures. Keanu's dyslexia-fueled doubts. River pushed Keanu to co-produce, turning down bigger paydays to greenlight the indie gem. He saw the soul in it, Keanu said. Their chemistry crackled, that fireside kiss scene, improvised tenderness that blurred lines, earning the film cult status and Venice nods. Offset, they'd hike Oregon trails, strum guitars, River's band Aleka's attic gigs, Keanu's nascent Dogstar jams, and philosophize till dawn. River dubbed Keanu older brother, just shorter, a playful nod to Keanu's 6 feet 1 inch frame versus River's live 5 feet 10 inches, teasing massed affection. In rare interviews, River gushed, Keanu's depth? It's endless. For reserved Keanu, River was sanctuary, the one who coaxed laughs from stoicism, shared vulnerabilities without judgment. This wasn't Hollywood networking. It was fraternal. River, eldest of Rain, Joaquin, Liberty, and Summer, raised in Venezuela's hippie communes before LA's grind. Mirrored Keanu's nomadic scars. Both fled parental shadows. River's folks, Arlene and John Bottom, later heart, ditched children of God cult baggage. Keanu, his dad's ghost. They bonded over activism. River's Peter fervor, Keanu's quiet environmentalism, and artistry's purity. We'd talk fate, films as therapy. Keanu shared in The Guardian 2019. River's talent awed. Stand By Me's tender innocence, running on empty's Oscar buzz maturity. Keanu, post-Point Break adrenaline highs, found in River a counterbalance. Soulful where he was stoic. They vacationed. Hawaiian surf trips where River taught ukulele strums. Keanu shared Hawaiian lore from Samuel's side. He made me feel at ease, Keanu admitted. In 1992's A Thing Called Love, cameo overlaps hinted at endless collaborations ahead, but fame's underbelly loomed. River, Oscar-nominated at 18 for Running on Empty, grappled with typecasting and pressures. Vegan teetotaler publicly. Privately, Hollywood's party scene tempted. Cocaine whispers surfaced during Idaho. Keanu noticed gauntness, urged rehab, but brotherhood bowed to respect. I couldn't push. He had to choose, Keanu lamented in a 2023 Variety oral history. Rivers' family, Joaquin, Lethan, Rain, circled wagons, but enablers lurked. By 1993, the thing called love wrapped. Rivers' Aleka's attic album stalled. He confided in Keanu, music over movies, a farm life away from spotlights. Keanu nodded, plotting joint ventures, a band perhaps. Optimism flickered. Keanu Reeves, tragedy survivor, kindness's champion. From Beirut breezes to Wick's fury, his arc inspires. Pain forges, doesn't fell. Ava, Jennifer River, ghost guiding generosity. With Alexandra, hope renews. Grief ends? No. But love? Infinite. He 2025. Thanks for journeying. Subscribe, like, comment your Keanu love. Peace out.